The markets are melting like my shirt behind me. What is happening? Everything's tanking. You know,
Did you say like your shirt behind you?
I said like the screen behind me.
You said shirt.
Everything is exploding to the downside. The screen's about to explode. Our portfolios are exploding to the downside. Bitcoin 1096 and dropping. Why? We might have an answer. You know, the bull trap was meant from yesterday. We saw a little bit of a rally yesterday to 113.5, potentially 114. And now the floor has dropped from underneath us. What is causing this dump? How low can it go? Where should we look to step in to buy and catch that falling KNIFE? I don't want to say it because in the beginning in the YouTube stuff. Anyways, so we're going to talk about that, market conditions. We're going to talk about what are we potentially looking to buy? Are we looking to buy? We're going to talk about Chainlink, massive news from Swift, another big buyback. We have a special guest joining us today. We're going to talk about the perp dex meta. Does Aster still have more upside, or is it time to short the shit out of Aster? CZ said he's taking a break. Does that mean he's dumping? We have a lot to talk about today. Gina, roll the intro.
Hola! It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto, home of the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency content. We take old, boring, stale information, repackage it all up in a fun, doom and gloom kind of way. You know, Bitcoin's under 110. ETH is well under 4,000 at $3,880. We got XRP under $3. Solana is under $200. Even USDC is under $1. Oh my God. Now, Cardano, 75 cents. Chainlink is right at that $20 range. Avalanche lost the $30 support. It's getting real hairy out here. Somebody bring a brush or some clippers because, you know, if you look what's down here the most, Aster is down 22%. And falling, third biggest loser on the last 24 hours. Also, you got Story and I don't know what OG is, but that's in there. Avalanche down 15%, one of the biggest gainers of last week. So we're seeing a big pullback there. And Pump.Fund down 35% on the week. Pump.Fund taking some lumps.
Lump.Fund.
Lump.Fund.
What's up? One of my favorite people just showed up. What's up, brother? You know, Rob, we're making money. I'm proud to announce we're making money.
Are we?
Yes, we're in a Bitcoin short that are Discord members that are part of our community trading group. You know, I kind of forgot we had a limit order on AVAX. I feel fairly confident on this one, so I'm going to leave it. But our BTC short, I took 25% off the table at 110.5, 110.6. It's what I talked about on the trading show yesterday, and we're letting the rest ride. I do have a TP order set at 108.770. So we're currently 60% in the profit right now, making money there. Something we kind of expected. Now, there is some pretty bearish macro news that we're going to share with you that we can point to and say, hey, this is why the markets are going down. And I think the most important question is going to be, especially for you watching, how much lower will it go? Should we be prepared to catch the falling knife? Or is the knife still going at 80 miles an hour? Is it slowing down? We're going to talk about that. Also, our guest today is going to talk to us about a trading algorithm that this is market conditions like this is exactly where it works its magic. This is something that has made people tons of money. So we're going to bring him on the show in a little bit later. Let's look at a Bitcoin chart. It has fallen completely through that support level of 110.76. Now, we should see a gap form between these two candles. So expect to push to the upside. Somehow we get stopped there. Now, we take a look yesterday. We have had this fib level drawn. This is from the move. I believe this move was, this is the move to the downside. So we got this, this current where the price action started to fall, which is around 115.6, down to the wick low here at 111.215. And you can see 2 days ago, we got rejected off that gold pocket at 113.9 to 114. That is, in my opinion, where the bull trap was. We talked about this being a bear flag pattern, which it was. Now, the measured move, let's see how much potential more downside can we get off of this measured move. So let's take that and let's go to the top end of the candle. Measured move takes us down to 107,648. Now, it's not guaranteed it's going to go all the way down to the measured move. I see Sparklet said it might be a black swan. I'll show you what he or she is talking about. And I think I know what they're talking about. But Rob, I have a poll up in the chat. How low will Bitcoin go? You think it'll go sub 105, sub 100, or what's your level here?
I think the big question is, does it continue down, or is this a flash under 110 and then we rebound back above 110?
I don't know if it's a flash, man.
No, well, I think that's the first question you have to ask yourself, right? Because, looking here on the 30 days, right? The last 30 days over the last month, you'll see that we were only under 110 for 3 days. 3 days. We were under 110, 3 to 4 days. And when we fell under 110, we briefly touched 107, but realistically we hung out at 108, 109. And so my first inclination is that this will probably get tested again. We'll probably see something similar to this. I don't think we go down under 107 because we didn't go under 107. We briefly even touched 107.
Holy shit.
And so I don't think that that's going to happen. Also, you look back, if you look back even further, I mean, we broke above 110 back in July. And so the beginning of July. So from July, August until now, we only had one 3-day period where we went under 110, and it was only 3 days. We bounced right back up. So for me, I don't really think it's going to be.
Read that number out loud, Robin. 1 hour.
The liquidations, yeah.
$330 million in 1 hour. Now, if that pace holds, which I'm not saying it's going to, I don't think it's going to at all. You're looking at like $8 billion of liquidations over a 24-hour period. 24-hour is currently right under, it'll get to $1 billion for sure. It's at 921 currently, and obviously, at least over the last 1 hour, it's 97.5% longs. Over the last 24-hour, it's 92% longs. And so, slip, whatever the name was. Said liquidations, or someone said, I'm watching the liquidations like, there you go, Orhan. Watching CoinGala's liquidation Hall of Fame lighting like a Christmas tree. Look at the 1 hour here on Market Cipher B. Looks pretty ugly. 30-minute here also looks fairly ugly. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a recovery from the VWAP. Money flow is continuing to expand to the downside. Let's cut that time frame in half to the 15-minute. Looks like we're starting to see maybe a little bit of a bounce on the momentum oscillators here. And then the 5-minute. 5-minute struggling. We do currently have a double green dot printed on Market Cipher B, but the candle is not closed yet. So that could very well go away. And then let's look at Market Cipher A. I bet you there was a blood diamond somewhere. Where are you, Market Cipher A? Oh, there was multiple blood diamonds. That's the 15 minute. Let's go to the 30-minute. 1 hour. 4 hour. So no blood diamonds on the higher time frames. I'm just going to sift through these really quick. And then the lower time frames, 15-minute blood diamond. You enter here. You're looking at a 2% move to the downside multiplied by your leverage. And so, yeah, I mean, September historically bearish. A lot of people are saying we expected this. I look at, well, what's been going on the global scale. Well, here you go. This all started from that damn escalator, bro. That broken escalator and the broken teleprompter. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has ordered virtually all of the U.S. military's top commanders worldwide to gather on short notice and without a stated reason at a Marine Corps base in Virginia next week. This started, I believe, the frenzy and frantic of, oh my God, something's going to happen, war, yada, yada. And then you had this come out fairly recently, about an hour ago. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has said that NATO have declared war on Russia through Ukraine. So a lot of people are on edge. They're worried. Is something bad brewing on the global stage? Any thoughts on what's happening here, Rob? Do you think this is why the markets are dumping?
I'm going to say
Of
no.
course you're going to say no because it makes too much sense, right?
Not that. I'm just not seeing the big headlines, right? I know this. I know they are headlines, but like you go to the news network, you go to all the news broadcast networks, their websites like CNBC. I know this is finance, but I'm not seeing anything here. I'm not seeing markets spooked by, and so CNBC doesn't really. Let's see what you go to Fox News. Fox News. You got that headline here at the top of Fox News, and so I don't know, man. I don't think it is.
So then, what do you think it is? I don't get you, bro. You're normally you're a very practical person, and then when it comes to the most like obvious practical shit, you're like, no, I don't think so, man. Then what else could it be? What else could it be? Is the stock market down? Did you check the stock market?
It's down 7% or 0.7% on the Nasdaq.
7%.
So Nasdaq's down. Let me take a look. Yeah.
No,
Nasdaq's down 0.8%. S&P 500's down 0.7%. And so there is a sell-off on the markets as well. And,
I don't know. And Sparklet again said government shutdown too. So keep that.
Yeah, there's the government shutdown imminent. It's not, it hasn't shut down yet, but when they come back from recess, they have like 12 hours to pass something.
You think they play tetherball at recess or kickball?
Probably pickleball.
Pickleball.
No, you see, like I don't know. I feel like the government I feel like they got like weird government games, like cornhole. They're like throwing like little shrunken heads or something, like voodoo dolls. Like I don't know, but CNBC has the S&P 500 declines for a third day as once hot AI play Oracle falls, yields increase. So CNBC is putting the fall of the S&P 500 on AI. I've been saying I think AI is kind of run its course, perhaps a pullback. I mean, AI had one of the greatest runs in investment history ever, right? I mean, it was comparable to the
say had. It's not over yet.
I don't think it is. And in the same way that like if you were to say, hey, the internet had a good run, like no, the internet had a bubble, it had a good run, and then it pulled back, and for a long ass time, as things got built out, it came back. I don't think the same will hold true for AI, but AI ran very, very aggressively as far as market value and people just printing money and making money and companies just creating new millionaires and billionaires. But that pullback compared to the .com, you look at the .com pullback, the internet just wasn't really mainstream yet, right? In 2000 during the .com, that's when you had AOL, websites really just weren't flourishing. AI moved very quickly. If it pulls back, consolidates, I don't think it's going to take 4 or 5 years for AI to make leaps and bounds further than it is now. However, could it sell off for 6 months, 8 months? I think that's where we're at, dude.
It's a bloodbath out here, brother. I just got an alert. Our trading bot just bought some Bitcoin. And it's been pretty good at timing the bottom. So is the bottom in? I don't know. I just got the alert on my trading view. Take a look here. Right here. Enter long. So, hey, let's take a look. This kind of marked a bottom here, right? We kind of chopped sideways. I think this one definitely marked the local bottom at the very least. This one marked the local bottom at the time. And so, I don't know. We have this CEO coming on the show, and he's been in the game a long time. And so I'm curious to get his thoughts and what he thinks is happening in the markets. We're excited to have Costa join us in a short time. Now, Rob mentioned AI's had a good run. The guy doesn't know, bro. He can't see the hill for the trees or the tree for the hills, or what's that saying? He can't see the bunnies for the wolves. The Trump administration has agreed. Are you listening? The Trump administration has agreed to use AI models from Elon Musk's XAI. Okay? Government is integrating AI. Donald Trump said it on the UN stage yesterday. No teleprompter needed. Thank you very much. He said, AI, we're going to use AI. Great. Well, looks like Elon Musk is in the driver's seat of that. And when we know how forward-looking in tech Elon Musk is, everything he's done to Twitter and X, really, Meta kind of followed. You don't have to wait to get verified when you're at 1 million subscribers or followers. You can pay to do it. A lot of integrate AI into your. So Elon Musk is a trendsetter. Elon Musk is a visionary, and I just can't. I know I'm thinking ahead here. AI gets integrated, government, yada yada, and then everything else that comes with it.
Well,
I think blockchain.
Charlie Kirk Memorial, they had Donald Trump, Elon, both pulled up seats next to each other, hung out,
Elon
did handshake.
pulled up a seat next to each other.
Yeah, but either way, they shook hands. They had a lot of conversation. Afterwards, Elon was asked about it. He said that they had a very good conversation. I don't remember the exact details.
The greatest conversation.
So, guys, Bitcoin free falling, still dropping. And where is it going to stop? We're at 109,228 currently. Is it going to find support at 109?
It's about to hit 108.
We're going to take a look. I want to get the opinion of you, the viewer. Give me the camera. Hi. Hey, how you doing? I have a question for you. Will Bitcoin hit 106,000 today? If you think Bitcoin will hit 106,000, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't think it's going to go that low, and you think like, hey, this is a little flash scare and 106 ain't on the table, not today, put a 2 in the chat. I want everyone to participate. I better see at least a couple hundred 1s and 2s in the chat. And maybe we'll do something special for someone that replies. What do you want? You want to do something special?
Like what?
I don't know. You got any special stuff in your
I got
pocket?
no special stuff, man. I'm just setting a new...
I will tweet. This person is the most amazing person in the world. Is that a good tweet?
So good, man.
It's a great tweet. We're going to give you some Twitter love, some X love.
Some Twitter love. All right, I'm putting in...
That's not a very good giveaway there, but whatever.
I'm setting my...
What do you got? What are you setting up?
I'm setting up my 50... I'm setting up another 50% TP at 108.7. I'm canceling my complete TP.
All right, while you're setting that up,
Hey.
let's take a quick look at the altcoins. We know that Bitcoin's here flirting with 109 even at 109.3, but let's go down the list. Just in the last hour, 8% down, almost 9% down is Solana. Solana lost a $200 support. It was over $200 for quite some time. And, well, it's at 196. Solana's seeing the biggest pullback out of the top 10.
Oh my God.
Kind of in the same boat as Doge. Doge
This
and
is
Solana.
ugly. Look at this chart, bro. And look, it's that level we identified. It's kind of right there. Let me get rid of some of these. And then let me get rid of this. And then let me, this is what I do on the trading show all the time. And let's see how it looks. Let's draw and let's find our 50. Okay, so we've broken below our 50. Our next target is the gold pocket, 189.91 to 193. If we bring this fib down all the way to the local bottom here, the 50 sits at 190 and 45. So if we take the entirety of this entire move, right? We draw our fib, we identify the 50, we're at 190. If we kind of localize it a little more to here after that pullback from 205 down to 159, you're looking at 50 already got taken out. You're looking at the gold pocket now. If gold pocket fails, there's a lot of support at the 786, which is 177.59. And so I know Alex O is in the chat. Shout out to our boy Alex. He said, gig along on Solana. I want to be a little more patient, my friend.
You know, I did have, yesterday we were talking about some of the projects that were not doing well, right? Some of the chains that we were losing steam, right? We went over some of our favorite projects that have been trading to the downside and kind of gave our thoughts on reversal and stuff. And there's one that we left out. And it's something I've talked about. It's something that I've I've personally bought, something that I am pretty well versed in. And, well, take a look at GALA gains. So,
is it getting annihilated?
Yes, that is correct. Now, GALA is down 7%. But here's the thing. I am coming out today, and I'm going to say that officially burying GALA. I had a conversation with someone in the GALA ecosystem.
Silence?
Yeah, so I had a conversation with someone that is very tied into the GALA ecosystem.
Does his name start with an M?
Yeah.
He knows.
And I mean, it doesn't get much. The
knows-
guy
he
knows
knows.
more about GALA than anyone, and he's played every game on there. He's farmed, he's played, he's participated. He knows all the devs, and he literally said there is only one game that even has not. There's only one game on there that GALA's even putting effort into, and it's Miranda's, and all the other ones have essentially rug pulled. That was his words. I'm not mine, but I trust this man takes his advice. So, something it was very promising. They had a very big catalog of games. They were catching momentum. They did great last bull market. We saw them over almost at $1. They're like 50-something cents, currently at a penny. And I just see no comeback.
Gaming just has not done anything.
They might get a flash in the pan if gaming pops off, just off association. It might get a speculative pump, but timing this one is going to be tough. I brought the shovel with me today. I've dug a grave. And farewell, GALA. Farewell. It was a nice run while you had it. Sorry for those of you that hold that one.
Do you have a bagpipe emoji? I mean emoji, song. Okay. All right. We're going to bring on our guest. This gentleman's never been on our show. He is the CEO of Minotaur Trading Systems. Now, I mentioned to you guys, we're working with a company, and usually when people reach out and they want to work with you, they say, hey, I need you to do this, and this. This company was the opposite. They're like, we want you to try our bot, and if you like it, then we can work together. I said, okay, fine, cool. So we started working with it, and I mentioned how we got I'll just kind of pull this up, and then we'll bring Costa on. I had an alert that the bot bought some BTC. So I'm curious to ask. So we're going to bring Costa on. Costa, welcome to the show, my friend. I know it's extremely early, so we appreciate you taking the time. How you doing?
I'm well. It's just south of 4 a.m. in Australia, but that's okay.
Hey, man.
I've had a nice strong coffee.
Listen, the bot's at work. You got to be at work too, okay?
Well, what's really interesting, right, is that I woke up to a message from you and you said, hey, the bot hasn't taken a trade yet. And it looks like since I've had that coffee and checked my Slack, and it has taken the trade, right? So It's a really good example of how with these algorithmic systems, we're still driven by the emotions, right? We want it to place the trade that we want it to place, but it's actually going to place the trade that it wants to place at the best possible time. And as you can see, you really can't get much better than that right now, can you?
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty interesting. Also, Costa, I want to introduce you to my my co-host here, Rob. Him and I do the show daily.
Hello.
Now, Costa, I know you've been in the Bitcoin game a while. Just real quick, and we'll get into, Minotaur and how it's making people money when the markets are down. But what do you think it's the reason this big sell-off we've had in BTC currently under 109, 108, our first TP is about to hit on our trading. I'm curious. I think the bot's going to maybe get another buy. What are your thoughts on what's happening in the market currently? Is there a reason you can attribute to this?
Look, we believe that the markets are driven by liquidity, especially pockets of local liquidity that build up in sort of the leveraged futures markets where most of the price discovery happens. So sometimes I think we look for reasons, in the world that are driving these actions, but a lot of the time it's just a build up of positions, and then the market makers will tend to take them out, pick up inventory to take the price higher. This sort of local liquidity sweeps are pretty healthy, to be honest. They're scary for most people. If you're running algorithms like the ones we are, it's really an opportunity to buy more and to really take advantage of this sort of choppiness that we've had for a while. So, it's nothing to worry about if you have the tools to participate, I guess.
Yeah. What inspired you to do this? And then how long have you been a participant in the crypto markets for maybe those people that don't know who you are?
Yeah, it's a great question. The reason we started doing what we're doing is because we got in to digital currencies, crypto last cycle. I've got an equities background, and that's sort of TradFi, raising capital for funds. And yeah, I got wrecked buying a lot of altcoins and things like that in the last cycle, and I started playing around with bots. And then when the big crash happened, and we're talking about Luna and FTX, I was kind of a little bit disillusioned by the space generally. And Bitcoin was something at the time I thought was too expensive, but then the way it held up eventually when it rebounded off 16K and started climbing its way back up, I saw that there was a real opportunity with Bitcoin to have a much better risk management framework than anything else. And then we ended up doing a bit of work on some algorithms and spending just a couple of years building something that we believed is a very robust and statistical way to trade Bitcoin. And this is the product that we've rolled out.
Now, and Costa, I think a lot of people watching, they've heard the word algorithm so many times, trading bots, algorithm. And so some work, some don't, some are great, some suck. Some are just straight up like scams. What is like the one thing if I were to line up Minotaur and 4 other bots that say they do what you guys do, what is like the 1 or 2 things you can point to and say, this is why ours is better. This is why ours is going to help people make money even when the markets are down, 7 to 10%.
Yeah. So we like to call our smart bots. So a lot of, a bot is just going to execute a trade, right? That's really all it's going to do. It's what's the logic and the reasoning behind it. So our IP comes from the actual code that we use to program our algorithm. Now, it is a really sophisticated code. It's definitely our IP. And the second thing is that we use the power law. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of the sort of the power law model, the power law trajectory that Bitcoin has been sort of shown to follow. We use that as a framework for our risk management. And that's proven to be extremely robust, especially when the markets are correcting, because what we're doing is we're really anchoring the majority of the trading off a support level, which is extremely low. So right now, I think the power law support is around 42K, which basically means that we would survive a crash all the way down to 42K. Actually, it wouldn't even survive it. It is able to handle it beautifully. And that would just be our first point of defense. So these pullbacks that we get, the system is designed to absorb them like a sponge, which means that we kind of do the opposite. Most bots or most algorithms are trend following, and they're programmed to take advantage of trends. And then when that trend changes, the wheels kind of fall off. Whereas ours is kind of designed to fit Bitcoin's whole statistical trading range and can absorb this volatility because that's what it's programmed to do.
Beautiful. Now I know mainly it's Bitcoin. Costa, is there something in the works to where you maybe are going to look into integrating the bot into any other altcoins, or is there currently a kind of a slew of different cryptocurrencies that the bot can trade, or is it just Bitcoin right now for the people wondering?
Yeah, it's a good question. So the algorithm itself, what we do is we actually share our algorithm with you on TradingView. You're able to apply it to any chart. So you can go ahead and run it on Ethereum, you can run it on Solana, you can run it on anything you want. However, the majority of what the consulting that we provide is around Bitcoin, because we've really studied Bitcoin to an extreme level, and we're able to really get a good understanding of how the settings can be applied to Bitcoin to work the best at all times, no matter what the price is doing. And we kind of can't be the experts of everything, right? We can't study every single altcoin and come up with a perfect setting for that. So we like to just focus on Bitcoin. But once you're a client and you have access to the algorithm, you're actually free to run it on whatever you want. And people do see really good results on altcoins. It just requires a little bit more work on their part. When
I was getting set up with my algorithm, because I saw Lifer was on, Crypto Lifer. He's a personal friend of the channel. I saw him was using it, so I decided to reach out. I said, hey, what are your thoughts on these guys? What are your thoughts on the bot? He said he's been running it for I think a year or 2 years. He said it's been crushing it for him. I was like, okay. Was crushing it for Lifer, someone who day trades every day. I'm like, okay, interesting. And so I just was doing my research, and then he said they do white glove service, and I'm like, okay, what does that even look like? So when I got on the phone with your team, and they helped me set up the bot, it was super cool to see how they took the amount of money I put up to start trading with, and then Sebastian did some like calculation, and I'm like, what are you doing back there, dude? He's like, trust me, put the numbers in, this is gonna work. And so I know I've been told by Lifer, by you, by your team, that this is something you want to just plug in and forget about it. And so in times like this, Costa, where the markets are tanking, what kind of feedback are you getting from the people using the Minotaur system? Are they kind of freaking out? Are they like, what's been your kind of, I guess, experience with the people that are using your system when the markets are going down like this?
Yeah, it's a fantastic question. It definitely creates, you definitely need to develop a new mindset when you're starting to make more money when the market's dumping. The reality is that using our system, when the market's dumping, we're executing safety orders, which are protecting the initial position, which is increasing your trading volume, and also lowering your average price. So eventually when we take profits, we're going to take profits on a larger volume traded. So we are going to have stronger returns when we're having pullbacks like this. So getting used to making money when the markets are down is counterintuitive, but that's what we're able to do. One of the reasons why Lifer likes what we do as well is some of the exchanges that we use, we're able to actually use our Bitcoin as collateral to trade with. Depending on where you are in the world, you can do that. So, if you're using Bitcoin as collateral to trade with, and that Bitcoin is going down in value, like right now, the bot's actually able to generate your returns, which then you can use to buy more Bitcoin. And I think in that year that Life has traded with us, I think he's turned one Bitcoin to like 1.35, and he hasn't had to do anything.
You say in a year?
In a year, yeah.
So around 30, so 35%, almost 3% a year. That was going to be my next question is, I know you guys have back tested the crap out of this bot. What's been like and I don't like to blow smoke up people's behinds and throw out some crazy wild numbers, because let's just face it, like this industry, there's been a lot of people that have come out and say, you can earn 50% a month and this and that, and it ends up being a scam. So like, just like baseline, not some crazy, stupid number that people are like, no way. What's been the average that you guys have seen in all your back testing? And obviously as the bot's been running live, what's been the average you're seeing in spot and in futures?
Yeah, so futures we've seen around 3% on average. That's taken over sort of a 5-year period. So
is that per month or per month, right?
Per month, yeah. Spot can do about 1 to 1.5 per month, and that's just because of the fees. There's just so big, these fees. But still, it's still compounded is really strong over a few years. But yeah, that's what we target. If we can achieve those numbers, we're very happy. We don't like to get greedy. We don't like to push the envelope. We do have a trading desk that's a bit more advanced. Now, these guys, they do things a little bit more. They sort of turn the pressure up. They add some chili sauce to the recipe, and they're able to generate even more than that. But as a company, we're happy to say that we'd like to target that 3% range. If that's possible, we think we've done outstanding. And this is lumpy. Like sometimes it might be less, sometimes it might be more. The market needs to give you an opportunity to trade. So that's another thing. People come into I guess even today is a good example. Like you've just been set up a few weeks, a few months, and you're kind of looking at it going, oh, I think it should have done this, I think it should have done that. But it's like, just let it do its thing. It needs time. The algorithm will find the entries and the exits. It's programmed to do that.
Yeah. This is so off topic, but I'm just curious. You mentioned chili spice. If you had a Thai restaurant and they ask you what level 1 to 10 spicy, what are you taking?
Honestly, our front end product, I would say it's like a 2 to 3. It's extremely safe. We focus on capital preservation. That's the most important thing. We're in this for the long term, and we're here to make generate returns through just compounding over time. If you want to join Marcus's trading desk, people can go to our channel and watch our live streams. Marcus does a show with us once a week. They can turn it up to like a 7 or 8, but we like to keep it at 2 or 3.
Fair enough. Costa, thank you for joining us. I'm curious. I want to bring you back in like 3 months, and we'll take a look at how the bot is done. And I think it'll be an interesting case study. And so we're excited to work with you guys. If people want more information, there's a link in the description. Go check it out. These guys are the real deal. And have a great day. Real quick before I let you go, are you going to try to go back to sleep or are you going to start your day? I know you said it's like 4 a.m.
I'll start my day now. Okay. Yeah, I'll start my day.
All right.
I'll get going.
May the odds ever be in your favor, my friend. Thank you, Costa. Take care.
All right, guys.
Take care. I want to give a shout out to Alex. Oh, dropped a 50 spot. Canadian dollars. So, Alex, just kidding. Alex, we love you. Thank you. Minotaur to the moon. Have a great day. I'm curious. I'm gonna hit you up after the fact. I was curious if you've used Minotaur as well. So yeah, guys, if you want more info, there's a link in the description. This is a set it and forget it type thing, and so I'm about 3-4 weeks in. It's been just steadily buying and selling Bitcoin and making money, and so this is something that I've been told. You just let it run for 12, 24, 36 months. It's pretty awesome. So, all right. Let's take a look at the markets, Rob. I know Bitcoin is at 109. We did exit our Bitcoin short for a, let's see what that profit was. That was a 65% profit. We made $300 today. Pretty good. So yeah, Rob, what are you seeing on the altcoins? Is there any one that's kind of down that you are interested in potentially picking up on this dip here?
I would have to highlight Solana. Solana is still dropping. It's not just crypto. Also, the Nasdaq's down a full 1%. So the index funds and the U.S. stock market is taking a dive today as well. It's 1%. Might not sound like a lot, but it's a pretty big pullback for the stock market. Solana down 9% at 195. I'd say hey, if you have been looking for an entry point, it's been a while. This is on the 1 week. You can see that we were at $250 on Solana.
250.
This was a week ago. So Solana's down 22% just in the last 7 days. Now, you can look back. We were holding $200 as support. We briefly went under there at the beginning of the month when Bitcoin had a flash crash for a couple of days. But Solana held pretty well above $200. I mean, it just briefly went under 200. And so, it's, could we see this 150? I think 150. Let me ask you, Solana keeps dropping. Where does it find support? The only thing I'm really seeing,
177.59 would be my bear case. If the markets turn, I think 190 is going to be where you want to buy.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like I said, that 786 level, you just take a look at what price has done at that level, right? Wick on the way up, support on the pullback, support, and then it was a launch pad, essentially, all the way up to that $253 level. So, yeah, I'm eyeing 190, and if we don't, then 177.59. I am very willing to put in a large long position on Solana.
Yeah, and I mean, you still got ETH at 3,800. I'm not a big fan of ETH at this price. I was pretty excited about ETH when it was around $2,000. Still hold a lot of faith.
I just noticed that.
Yeah, I still hold a lot of faith in ETH getting to 8, 9, 10,000. So
muy caliente.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, Avalanche down 15%. Avalanche is down.
Avalanche or Solana, which bounces back harder and first? Remember,
I'm going to go with Avalanche,
yes,
because it's just been very volatile. I feel like the traders are narrowing in on Avalanche. it's traders love volatility, especially in a asset that has such a big market cap as Avalanche. A lot of trading data, a lot of liquidity on the exchange, deep order books, and it's been having some big swings. 15% down on the week, 15% down on the 24 hours. And so this is what traders are usually looking for when it comes to a project to eye in on. It just gave up everything it made. Was it 2 weeks ago?
'Cause I want it all.
Yeah,
It's a good song.
What do you think? What are you thinking about the alts right now? Anything standing out for you on?
I think AVAX. Here's my thing: when something's on a big run and it's backed by fundamentals like on-chain metrics, yada yada, I think those are the quickest to bounce back, man. So I'm going with Avalanche. I think both will. I ended the poll. How low will Bitcoin go? Under 105, 70%. Under 100K, 30%. I don't think it'll go under 100. But again, there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets, guys. Global, macro, war, yada, yada. Interested to see how gold is performing, actually. Gold, oh, look, gold's up. Gold is up 0.1% today after being on a immaculate rally. I mean, just a massive rally. Look at this. Gold hit most overbought level on the monthly chart in 45 years. So a lot of people are saying this is a sign gold is very close or is at a top, right? You take a look, every time it's gotten overheated, it's not like it spends a decade there or 2-3 years there. It's usually about maybe a few weeks, maybe a month or two. And yeah, so if gold is top, then money starts flowing into equities and risk on assets. That would be good for crypto. Hey, this move in the markets, if it continues, war, yada, yada, is this going to be a potential factor in what the Fed does? So October rate cuts jump to 94%. This was yesterday. And yesterday, it was at 94%. Today, let me refresh the page. It's at 87.7%. So it's dropped from yesterday, has gone up a little bit from this morning. And so, I don't know. Yeah. Any comments there? I don't really have a question, but before I move on, I want to see if there's anything you wanted to highlight or talk about. No? Okay.
No.
Let's talk about some bullish news. Final wave of amendments could be filed by the end of the week on various spot crypto ETFs, including XRP and Solana. These filings are pretty far along in the review process. Countdown to launch is on. October 10th, I believe, is the first one. Litecoin. Let's go.
End of last month was when we saw the sell-off, right? Going into the very last day of August, first day of September is when things turned around, right? We're getting closer to the end of the month. We got less than a week before September is over. We're seeing a pullback now. Wouldn't surprise me for us to kind of hang out at under 110 until the end of the month. ETFs go live next month, and October is shaping up to be a big month. Maybe we just see this sell off.
You remember
lasting.
Green Day, the band, you know that song "Wake Me Up When September Ends"? They were big investors in the stock market, man. They knew it. We should have listened to them. Should have not done any shows this month. Just came back in October. I don't know. I still think September has a chance of ending in the green. I don't know if it's going to happen, especially with the global macro and all this war garbage shit and measuring from people around the world. Anyways, let's talk about Chainlink. A lot of bullish news coming out of Link. This was posted by Zach Rines. Absolutely massive partnership. A blockchain, a network you've never heard of. Canton Network. Have you heard of that one? No, you haven't. They've officially joined Chainlink's Scale program to make CCIP data streams and smart data. Now, you might be saying, okay, another one, that's CCIP, yada, yada, yada. Well, it's very unique with Canton. Canton is one of the most widely adopted public blockchains by financial institutions most people have never heard of. They have $6 trillion in on-chain real-world assets. They do $280 billion in repos processed daily, and they have 500 validators and 30 super validators. Their institutional and enterprise partners include, listen to this name, BNB Paribas, HSBC, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, BNY Mellon, Citibank, Deutsche Bank, Santander, Societe Generale, Moody's, Bank of China, Fidelity, Franklin Templeton, Morgan Stanley, BlackRock, Ernst & Young, Shell, TradeWeb, NASDAQ, SBI, on and on and on. Okay, and so they have partnered with Chainlink. And are we seeing these partnerships come to fruition, at least on the reserve side, maybe not the price action side? The 8th Chainlink Reserve Link inflow is here. The reserve now holds 371,000 Link, valued at $7.8 million, with an average cost of $22.49. About $1 million was acquired today, with 90% of it, of the money they spent to buy it, coming from swapped USDC into Link via Uniswap, and 10% from user fees already paid in Link. The reserve is funded by off-chain revenue from enterprise deals and on-chain revenue from service usage. And then you have this, Sergey Nazarov, the chief investment officer of Swift, Tom Zishak. I feel like Trump trying to pronounce acetaminophen. Okay, listen to this. They give a date on when Link will be facilitating Swift payments. Listen to this.
That I think people have become a little desensitized because they're like, oh, okay, this is the year.
Yeah, history is littered with lousy predictions, right? I mean,
I think this is the year. up until November of every year, this is the year. So now it's September. This is the year. This is it.
You want to be more specific, like November 15th, or do you pick a date?
Thanksgiving.
There you go. Okay, good.
Thanksgiving.
We could have a lot to be thankful for. So that's great.
I'm very thankful for this and that. And next year is the year that the blockchain is in the capital markets. So, just a fair warning to everybody.
So interesting there. When you look at Link, so undervalued. And I know to 95% of people, it doesn't make sense. You're just like, I constantly hear about the bullish news and this partnership and Swift and TTCC, and this thing has been, over the last 1 year, I mean, it's up 63%.
It hasn't been under $20 since August. And, you have a buying opportunity here. Me and you both agree October, very bullish, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I think so.
Unless World War III breaks out.
Yeah, I guess, if war is on the table, and that could be a negative. But barring geopolitical disaster here,
Not making fun.
Yeah. Outside of that, I mean, expecting and everything's shaping up for October to be big. And
huge.
You haven't had a chance to buy $20 Link in a minute. And even if the market does keep selling, what a great long-term play. Will you be upset buying Link at $20 when you're looking back at your buy 6 months from now, a year and a half, 2 years
Hell
from now?
no.
Absolutely not. And so it's very similar to like buying Bitcoin. Hey, might have bought the top at $20,000, but is anybody upset they bought $20,000 Bitcoin back in 2017? Would you be upset if you bought the top on Bitcoin in 2020 when it was $60,000 and you're sitting there kicking yourself in the ass like, damn it, I bought Bitcoin at $60,000. Look at it now. It's almost a 2x above that. And so I think I put Chainlink in this similar situation. I think forward looking, it's hard to write off Chainlink's growth. $20, great entry point.
Bro, we literally sold the bottom, I think. Yeah, we sold the bottom, my friend. Okay. Did you see South Park?
No.
It's not a clip, don't worry. Predictions markets. Kalshi was on there. I think Polymarket was on there as well. And so this thing is going mainstream, my friend. I'm actually trying to get someone from Kalshi on the show. Talk about some of the crazy, exciting things they're doing. Okay. what do we want to talk about? Let's talk about this. Other altcoin news, Virtual's protocol. Butler is live. Your very own Butler, named Butler. First true trading desk inside your X. Inside your X. Get daily tailored insights into your DMs on virtual agents you own or track. Smart wallet accumulation, founders moving or dumping supply, key updates on your agents. Move instantly, swap, set, take profit, or drop stop losses on agents. And then this is kind of, I'm going to play this without sound just in case the audio is copywritten, but let's take a look. So this is something they've been working on. They launched the Agent Commerce Protocol, where agents can work with each other, pay each other, do stuff for each other and with each other. And now you get Butler. This is pretty cool, man. I don't know if it's going to move the needle as far as the value of virtuals and the price going up, but this is pretty damn cool. And this is something that we can look forward to. We saw Google launch their X402 standard for messaging with AI agents in partnership with Coinbase. You saw, I think it was, what chain was it that integrated that standard? It was maybe Chainlink or something. Anyways, so that's what I'm saying. Like, the AI narrative, I don't think is going anywhere anytime soon. You'll see mini bubbles expand and pop. And then the ones you continue to see rally after it pops are the ones you want to have long-term exposure to. The ones that don't rally after the pop, like virtuals, after every pop has rallied, and although it hasn't made a new all-time high, it has still rallied. Tau has still rallied. A few other ones, few of the agents in the ecosystem, they continue to rally. Those are the ones that you should feel comfortable having money in. The other ones that the bubble pops, everything starts running, and they're kind of sputtering or not moving, those are the ones you want to cut. Any thoughts on this news?
Not particularly when it comes to the agents. I will say that Virtuals is at $1. It's fallen out of the top 100. It's in that danger zone where you're at a pivotal support number. Dollar, huge psychological number. Hasn't been under there in a while.
The biggest number.
It's been dropping for quite some time, and it got over $1 back in April. And so from April to now, it's been over $1. And even that April rally only got to about $2. I don't know, man. I think the direction that AI is going currently is losing some steam. I'm not talking about even crypto. I'm talking about just AI is losing steam altogether. NVIDIA has pulled back. We're starting to see other AI companies not find so much headlines, and so I'm kind of on the other end of the fence here, bro. I would not touch virtuals right now. I don't see it rallying anytime soon. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah,
I think it's on the way to.
It's a very crappy.
I think it's on the way to 60 cents.
Okay, you want to take a bet?
No.
Too scared to put your money where your mouth is, huh? So, yeah, that's it for the show. Bitcoin's bouncing back 109.5. Will the rally continue? Maybe. Come back tomorrow to see where we're at with the markets. Gina, roll the outro. Thank you all very much for tuning in. We appreciate every one of you. Also, big thank you to our guest, Costa. If you want more information on Minotaur trading system, the link is in the description of the video. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Sin City, crypto. Everybody know what we here for. Entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO